Also, Frasier apparently found a new emoji. What is this
What the?
hip guy? It's
Maybe they
A-
they have Twitch Prime and that's just someone's
it's the Aaron Pl1 Kidwit.
I'm mildly terrified.
I'm just confused. And that confusion will go over to the main show. Hello everybody.
I mean, I actually was about to transition and congratulate Frasier to having made it in our opening rambling on YouTube, but, well, either way. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, A&Y and Keyframe Wonder about Random Dribble. Okay, no reaction. Key is just, for today, Keyframe is just like, I let him do his shit. I don't care anymore.
I'm a very tired mother that just lets their kid go wild at a supermarket and just be like,
Whee!
not my problem. Just let them play with the shopping cart, please. I couldn't find a
You just casually
babysitter.
pass the employees, like the poor kid who's getting $7.50 an hour. You give him a $10 bill. Just let him run up and down the aisle with the shopping cart.
It's like those parents. They like on airplane flights. They give people bags of candy with a note speed saying, "Yes, we have to fly with 3 children. We're so sorry."
Anyways, it's not just me and Key. Oh god, no, this reminds me that this was potentially becoming the name of the podcast in the beginning when we had no better ideas. Anyways.
But now we have Spirit here.
Exactly.
So,
hello
hi.
and welcome back, Spirit. And since it has been a while that you have been with us, please remind us and the audience, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care? Bing! I'm prepared.
Oh boy, how to elevator pitch. Let me see if I can do this in 30 seconds.
Oh, take the time. I mean, it's not like somebody wants to have multiple media today.
Oh boy. So, I'm Spirit. I'm a YouTuber, content producer, writer, and artist in general. I'm currently studying to become an animator, and the biggest thing I've been working on lately is actually my original series, Beta 9, which the newest episode actually just came out yesterday on YouTube. It was a little bit of a rough start, but I'm working with the team. We've actually got a team now, instead of me just doing it by myself. And so we've got a whole team of voice actors that we're working to get the series of episodes out.
Nice. I guess I will link this one down below as well then.
Oh boy.
But yeah, glad having you back on the show. Your second time around the block now.
Yeah.
Don't mess it up or we may kick you off the block.
What?
Oh no.
I see so much regret, like, oh no, I don't have to come and spend my Sunday morning with those two dorks.
I mean, to be fair, we're all dorks here, so we're like magnets.
That is a
We just come
slogan.
together.
That is a slogan for a T-shirt. Or a subtitle for a podcast, for example. We are all dorks here. I like it.
I feel like the Peas in the Podcast one that we had the other week was probably the better idea that you've come up with for a name of a podcast.
What? What was that? What?
Or maybe that was a conversation I had in my head in a dream. I don't know.
I don't have...
That is the most concerning thing I think I've ever said on the cast. I'm like, I think it was a conversation with you. Or maybe it was a conversation with you I had in one of my dreamscapes. Either.
What's more likely? That you have a dream where stuff is happening, or that I have 2 ideas per week? I mean, it's hard evidence.
I think it's more. What's more likely? You initiating a conversation with me, or you having an idea twice a week. But no, no. But Spirit, what's been going on in your life, your week? Blah blah blah.
Workaholic stuff as usual. I'm working on, so I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a contest on Draw with Jazz's channel where he's opening up the floor to other people. And I was up until 4 a.m. last night working on that. So I had to refilm an outro. And I went outside because my family was asleep. And it's just like, I gotta finish this now. I can't finish it tomorrow because I will forget about it. So I've finished it. I'm gonna go through and finish compositing it this afternoon at some point.
That is, I wish you luck. You have more luck with a Jazzeth thing than Yai or something. So I have a hope about getting on one of the next Yais. He's doing a Fix Your Flags thing, and I put the flag to Kickassia from the Nostalgia Critic on there, being like, hey, can you fix this? And someone replied, you can't fix perfection.
Ooh, somebody's challenging him.
I know, I'm just like, please. Please.
Is anything known about Jack's relationship to that guy with the glasses? I mean,
he knows about it because in a couple of them he's done the because of people's replies. I do it so you don't have to. So he knows of the critic.
Okay.
But then again, a lot of people know about him because he was early YouTube internet history. So, but yeah, I feel like he would not stop the opportunity to make fun of something.
No, I'm just wondering if he is close enough to if he's knowledgeable enough to recognize the flag of Kickassia. Then again, what is the flag of Kickassia? Is it Duck's face?
It's an ice cream cone holding 2 machine guns.
Oh yeah, this was actually yes. The sad thing is that basically, I mean, this here is the official version. Oh come on. This here is the official version, but if you the beautiful thing is if you go back to Google search, every imitation of it looks better than the original flag.
The actual original version, because if you look on on his flag, he has like laser eyes.
Where does it have? Wait, he has. Oh yeah, he is original. That's true. I was wrong.
So that's why I linked 2 pictures in my tweet. But also, I like that. Spirit tired person with vacant expression. So are you TPVE? Tipeva?
I guess I am.
Sounds like a professional version of TV Paint, like TV Paint Express, or you like it. But yeah, so do you have anything else going on, or should we move on to our busy, totally eventful lives?
Hang on. The one gear in my head is turning. It'll work.
My one brain cell is on the treadmill.
The rest of them got killed by finals a couple weeks back, so now it's just been like, I've been mush, just brain mush. I'm filming stuff. Like, I've got my suit back here, but that's about it. So yeah.
You sound like someone who's just gone through finals.
I'm like that perpetually, except for the fact that I didn't sleep a whole lot last night because it's just like, I gotta wake up for AWKWARDCast at a reasonable time. Wake up at 1 a.m. Not 1 a.m., 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, this is where my life is now.
If it makes you feel better, I woke up 20 minutes before we had to go live, so... I mean, I was awake. It is only noon, so you got to sleep until 1. I did not. But yeah, so I guess Max, did you have anything in your life happen this week?
It was mostly retreading good old stuff. I nothing regrettable, but like due to us finally trying to watch the finale of Adventure Time, and we are currently stuck in season 5. How long is this fucking season?
Oh yeah, we found out that season 5 for Adventure Time is like 50 episodes because they basically mashed 2 seasons into 1.
Yeah, or 70 even, I believe.
Or it was something like that.
Yeah.
They named it 5A and 5B, and they keep going with like 40 episodes till like season 8.
Yeah, but because we are stuck in season 5, and there's so much stuff where I'm like, I cannot remember this. So I'm also now on the side rewatching season 3 and 4. Because the new season of My Hero Academia started, and I watched the first few episodes with Denim, and I was like, I cannot remember anything, so I'm also now rewatching season 3 of My Hero Academia.
You have the memory of a goldfish.
Here's the fun thing, I actually have a pretty good memory when it comes to shows and movies, even from one time watching, but If it has been a few years, then stuff starts blending together. But yeah, then I also finally got my ass back into gear. Watching Critical Role. I watched 1.5 episodes this season, which makes me only like over a year still behind the show. And I finally dug up again Outer Worlds, because with all the big hype and whatnot, I played it until this one point. Until the one point where one of your companions you can pick is a vicar. And then there is this location you can discover, which is like of a different religious leaning. And I went in there, and I had the conversation with their superguru, and at some point I was like, oh no, I didn't bring my vicar. And usually this is in this game, your companions interact with all the NPCs. It's amazing. And I was like, oh no, how could I have a religious debate and forget my vicar on my ship? I'm not spoiling, I'm just saying that it happened.
I'm not saying Yuri's accusing
yes.
you. That's fine.
Yes.
Also, I mean, you had to do all this video game and watching stuff, given that you finally went back to the gym and your muscles are killing, and your muscles apparently killed you.
Yes, that was actually, and I had back pain independently, I think. But yeah, I will try the gym tomorrow again, hopefully.
Hooray!
My back pain is actually gone. Finally, this morning it was still there.
At least someone's being
good.
disciplined about self-care.
But then again, I managed to. I didn't want to tell the story because it's like cringe levels. But I let's just leave it at. I have a little bit of an injury at my toe, so I didn't go into details. So
I know, but I have a very active imagination.
You think it would be better to explain what happened?
No. Leave me in vagueness, because at least I can put the thought away.
Fair.
But no.
But yeah, this was my week. A lot of retreading of old water, but good retreading, nothing regrettable. But also no big events, work as usual.
So I guess moving on to my super active life. I guess I could say I took a page out of Max's book. I went back to the gym.
Oh.
Yay!
To explain, because I know everyone was like, wait, Chrissy doesn't live at the gym. Actually, I haven't been to the gym consistently for about maybe a month and a half, because for 3 months out of this year, I had a crippling stomach condition. I couldn't hold down basically a meal without needing to throw up, because anxiety gives you physical effects. So I couldn't so my doctors were like, you can't go and do strenuous workout because you're not getting the caloric intake you need to basically maintain yourself. And when you work out, you're burning even more calories. So you're basically going to make your body just stop processing things. And I was like, I do like living. I can lose a bit of muscle tone. I can get that back. I don't think I could get back living. What?
Has necromancy been developed by now?
No, not yet.
Okay, then you can't.
Not yet in California. They feel like that's deadest.
Yeah, also it's
We might want to try human alchemy if we can't get that to work out.
No, I just need to get like a ghost in the shell kind of thing, and just someone needs to just be there when I die and put my soul in like an automaton body, and then I think
you don't have to worry about it.
I know. I'd be so fucking cool. I mean, I'm already. Well, anyways, I can't say that I'm cool with a straight face. That's the biggest joke of the entire cast. But no, I went back to the gym, and I didn't go yesterday because my muscles were in complete abject. Because I went, and the thing is, 90% of the time, I either go to the gym at a nice, decent hour, or I go at midnight because no one's there. And I went at midnight and did working out. I was like on one of those stair climbing machines, and that was a mistake to pick that as my cardio for that session, because my legs were like, hey, why? And, I did my normal strength training stuff, the crunches, the pull-ups, the things. I basically observed 3 dude bros playing catch in the back of the gym, and then screaming about their lives while they're throwing this medicine ball. And I'm just kind of like, I feel like this is less of working out and more like therapy.
I mean,
welcome to workout anonymous, or whatever we'd call it.
I mean,
we're gonna work out our problems.
It's like that fucking tantric screaming therapy that people do, where they just scream super loudly to try to release like bad vibes, but with medicine balls and weights.
I like the idea, but let's call it Workout Anonymous, which then would be called wah, 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 whenever they throw the medicine ball.
I want to do a meetup now that's called Workouts Anonymous to promote fitness, and it's just like, okay, we need to go to like it's like where Coachella or something is holding like the desert, so that way no one can give us a noise complaint. It's just a bunch of people lifting weights and screaming. And just have one person like a mile away recording the audio to see how much seismic activity is taking place.
Honestly, I might start that when I go back for winter quarter, because we've got a gym that no one uses, because we all get workouts just by carrying around like the 40 pounds of art supplies.
You just hear and then someone's just gonna start thinking, is the gym haunted? Was someone murdered at the gym? No, that's just that spirit girl. She's part of WA.
What?
I'll start a new club, the WA Club.
There needs to be a word for H, like a club kind of name that starts with an H, so that way it could be WAH of WA. Fucking everyone has to wear purple. And
yes.
We're gonna have
a tennis racket. But besides that, I actually did a return to live streaming this week. I think I did a stream on like Monday or Tuesday evening, and that went really well. And then I did one on Friday, one on Saturday, and this one today. And it was actually a lot of fun. The Friday one devolved into chaos because me, Chris, Will, Michael, all of our friends, we started reading copy pastas in different voices. And that was an event of just, I didn't know there was a copy pasta about someone wanting to do a genocide on crabs. But now I do. And then yesterday we did Fallout New Vegas. Yay. I did it with this guy down here.
It's true.
And I
guess link below.
Yeah, further proof that I play a game. Nothing says about the quality of my gameplay. Apparently everyone's shocked that I'm still level 2, but now I'm level 3.
That is true. It only took her 6 hours to get to level 3 in Fallout New Vegas.
To be fair, we were kind of surprised that I was at that level given everything I've murdered.
It's true.
But also the fact that we were looking at the quest and I apparently glitched out one of the quests. So I don't know how much you can blame that on me.
I mean, you just went in there and murdered this dude.
You know what? They should account for people murdering. If you can't give humans the free will to kill and not come up with a contingency plan in your programming if they decide to utilize it. There are homicidal people that play video. Okay, I'm not going to say that because that's already what Congress thinks.
As soon as this goes up on YouTube, it's just going to be demonetized.
Someone's gonna clip that and then just say like, "Oh, this streamer is so problematic," without taking any context of sarcasm.
And before you know it, you will be the next Republican spokesperson. Like, why am I here? You said that games make psychopaths.
Someone's gonna Photoshop a MAGA hat on me. Like, put a gun somewhere in the background.
I have the feeling that I already know what the art of the week will be.
No.
Oh boy.
It was the talk to Trudy one, Denim, because I killed the guy that I'm supposed to talk to them about. But anyway, the literal first quest to the game. But no, besides that, it's just been general work stuff, doing pictures. I made a new icon for like streaming things. I'm currently working on a new YouTube banner that has like my little human bug-eyed character in the forefront with Key the pony and Abby the ghost in the background. So Key is still going to be a part of my life. The human is just the bigger part. It's like the mother with her 2 children. Better seen, not heard. And then if you actually see here, I have a little work set up right now because I'm recording footage that's going to be used for a video that's coming out this coming week. Because tomorrow, after me and Max watch Steven Universe Future, I'm going to be scripting and recording my thoughts on the premiere, and a time lapse of this Peridot painting I'm working on is going to be the visual overlay. But let me just say, this setup terrifies me because this is a really expensive DSLR camera, and it's being held. And the way that I'm holding it up so it's tall enough to show the painting is a couple books about sketching people and a copy of the Polar Express. That is my lifeline between life and death.
Honestly, that's such a mood. I was filming, I was doing something very similar for the Jazza competition where I was doing a painting in fursuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I had because I've been filming with my Surface Pro instead, because it's actually got a pretty decent camera. And I had it sitting up on like 3 textbooks on top of a basket right here, and I almost knocked it over. And that was a heart attack and a half.
I had that the first session of me painting it, because originally I didn't have it against the wall. I had it over here, like in this open area, but like that went terribly. Green paint water went everywhere on my carpet. And so I was like, I'm just going to move it to the wall. And that actually helps because I could take my lamp that's over here, push the keyboard aside, and bounce it against the wall and have all this nice lighting. Oh, and I guess the one final other thing is technically a retweet of, I think, a week ago. Because you guys know Lawin, the AWKWARD, my friend. She...
You might have mentioned her occasionally.
Once or twice in a tweet with faces. She actually has... I fucking am terrified of this woman. She keeps messaging me being like, hey, I went to this thing. I got you stuff for Christmas prezzies. And I've got 10 of those messages. So I don't know how much shit she got me for Christmas. But now I'm starting to feel how like all my other friends feel when I give them presents. I'm like, oh no, I can't top that. But she gave me some of them early last week, and I didn't show them off. So we're going to go on a little trip, guys. So one thing that she got, and these are all things from CTN. So there's a poster from Klaus that she got me from the Netflix booth. Then this art piece of Paperman, and they're at the Disney Railroad in Disneyland. If people don't know the Paperman short, you're very sad. It's the short that was before before Frozen was Get a Horse. I think Paperman was before Tangled or something like that. It's the black and white short that mixed 3D and 2D together with the paper airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. Oh, and also you saw this. A fucking giant Frozen 2 poster. Like, this is taking up half my wall. And it's one of those posters that you get that the movie theaters own, where they're double-sided, so the same design is on the back. And I still haven't seen the movie. I've seen the music segments for the movie, because I really wanted to understand the horror of Kristoff's song. And now I did. And also, Brendan Urie is a better Disney princess than Elsa with his version of the Into the Unknown song. But the final thing, which is just because it's my favorite thing, she got me this from the Warner Brothers booth.
Oof.
They're promotional items. I don't actually wear them, but God, is this a fun piece of memorabilia to have. Oh yeah, I gotta show them off.
Yeah.
They're like those Happy New Year's glasses that say the year.
Exactly.
But
you need to keep them on for the rest of the cast. You are aware of that.
Don't challenge me, honey. I will do it.
Exactly.
But no.
I know.
But no, just and all that. And I also discovered that I can actually apply for the YouTube space, which is that giant studio area that they rent that they rent out to YouTubers for free. Like you get to for free use a studio space, rent whatever equipment you want, and use their post-production facilities. And only if you're over 10,000 subscribers. And I'm just like, yes. So when I record my video of every movie that's cheaper to rent on YouTube Movies than Scooby-Doo the live action film, I'm going to record it at the YouTube space and have the highest quality video that I've probably ever had on my channel.
Well played. Well played.
I know. The thing is, you have to tell them what the video is about. And I'm like, okay, follow me here.
Well, I guess I'm getting a plane ticket to California because I need to use that studio.
Do you want to join me in talking about all the movies that's cheaper to rent? The list is 600 movies long.
I mean, honestly, it'll probably be cheaper to rent the movies than to fly to California. Especially if I'm going, because I'm all the way on the East Coast.
Oh
so
yeah,
that
is
while we are on the topic of movies. Media. I know my media. I have not been told what your guys' medias are.
I'm actually getting the second one because I was looking for one of them, and I'm surprised that no one's put up footage from it since it aired yesterday. But let me get...
I brought a book.
Oh.
That's also not bad.
Why don't you go first, Spirit, since I have two media, so I can wait. I'm patient.
So I have the book right here.
Oh, great one. Yes.
Yes, that is a good book.
I bought it in a spur of the moment, so I was waiting at the airport a couple weeks back to go home for the holiday, and I saw this in the bookstore, and I was like, this looks interesting. AKA, it was also kind of an anger buy, but it's one of those books where you look at it and you read through it, and it's a little profane in the reading, but it's more talking about the philosophy of understanding that life does have ups and downs. But I think another important thing that it also brings along is that, like, just because you need to set your expectations at kind of a middle bar doesn't mean you can't shoot for the top. Just don't, like, let those high expectations define you. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think I read that book last year. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I might. Was it even a media I had on the AWKWARDCast before?
I think you talked about listening to it.
Yeah. Because.
But I don't think you had it as a media.
Even if, but yeah, I can also only highly recommend it. It's as Spirit said, like it's like getting this entire always being a best or ironically enough a worst at something like. Getting this mindset, which is usually propagated nowadays, out of your system and being like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, not giving fuck about stuff that, yeah.
Let's just say, if you go through, like, a lot of true real-world problems, some of the attitude in the book may not be for you.
Yes, that's a fair point. That's actually with something I noticed with a lot of those advice books that are for... They are often more for the average person who, well, didn't have to go through trauma and something, because some of the advice does not really apply in every situation. This is true for that book as well as for others of its kind.
Yeah.
It's good for like everyday frustrations, like that one Karen at the grocery store.
Yeah, for example. I mean, yeah, I would say it's generally recommendable to the vast majority of people, but if you have, like, true hardship in your life that you are forced to give a fuck about, take the book with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, I would still say it's probably something that can give you good advice and a good perspective for the average life situation, but if you have if you have more of a troubled past, grain of salt. All I'm saying. But otherwise,
Yeah, I
you
do
see
think
my
there's
rating.
good,
You see my rating.
There's good everyday advice in there. It's just like you have to it's just one of the it's the sad truth that you can't apply everything to there as much as someone who's had a relatively stable life.
Mm-hmm.
My webcam is off center and it's really annoying me. But
Yeah.
that's a good book.
Indeed.
Goodbye, Spirit. Not goodbye, but good space bar.
Goodbye, okay.
Bye.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh no!
I'm
That's
still
my
here.
job to leave the camera, frustratingly.
When
Oh.
I did something.
Yeah. But so
I guess moving
Max,
on.
what about you?
Oh, let's maybe move on with yours so that the currently presented visuals change a bit more before I go to mine.
Is yours another audiobook?
With all the stuff I went through earlier, what is left what I could have consumed this week?
I'm not surprised, just disappointed.
Why?
I'm not disappointed. You're reading. It's just like, God, you need better movies need to come out in the cinema so you leave your house.
That is a good point. Hopefully I catch Jumanji 2 next week.
You already missed Dr. Sleep, but I also missed Dr. Sleep. But yeah, I guess we'll go in order of when I linked it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is an album I listened to that actually came out in this century. Brendan at the Uri, or Panic at the Disco's new album, Pray for the Wicked. Now, admission time. I used to listen to Panic at the Disco a lot growing up. It was one of the few semi-modern bands I listened to, and band in quotation marks because nowadays it's just Brendan at the Uri. I mean, like, I mostly listened during that one phase they had of sounding a bit more Sgt. Peppery with like 9 in the afternoon and stuff. I didn't come in with the I Write Sins Not Tragedy era, so it wasn't like, ooh, they're emo, I like it. I'm just kind of like, I like this guy's singing voice kind of thing. I wasn't into the aesthetic of Panic. But now he has this very like, well, you could see he's wearing a suit and everything. He has a very like stage performance kind of deal. And oh my God, this new album is just so damn good. It's like energetic, like big band music. Most of the songs have some kind of brass instrument in the instrumentation. And I've just been entranced by it. Everyone has probably heard the High Hope song because it's been used in trailers for every movie. And I'm really sad that it is because people shit on that song because they're like, it's a movie trailer song. It's not their fault. People don't buy CDs anymore. This is the way that musicians make money. But the song I recommend, also because it has a really good music video, is called Hey Look Ma, I Made It, which has a puppet. Has like a little Muppet version of Brendan Urie going on the tour of fame and snorts coke and gets beaten up and it's great. But Brendan has such an amazing voice. I think he has one of the best like male vocals that I've heard in like the past decade, because he just, oh yeah. Fun fact, Aficionados Chris's Muppet is made by the same company that makes this Brendan puppet.
Yeah.
But like, it's really good. I guess music is such a subjective thing to recommend. I feel like this is actually a pretty good album that anyone can get into, even if you're not into like modern pop, because it doesn't sound like modern pop. It just sounds like good, energetic music. I would say it gives you the energy like the song Walking on Sunshine or something does, where you just like, the song High Hopes, honestly, feels like that kind of Walking on Sunshine vibe for me, where I'm just like,
but that's not the one.
Yeah, I feel like I can do. Oh no, Hey Look Ma, I Made It does too, but it's one of those songs that when you actually listen to the lyrics, it has kind of deceptively sad lyrics.
Okay.
But the instrumentation itself is, and you can interpret the song as more positive than like what the music video makes it out to be. But it's just because it's like, da 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 da, and you just feel, when I listen to it when I go on my walks, I just have a little extra bounce in my step, and it's so good. There are a few sad songs on there. Every album has a sad song, but I think like it's just a very palatable album, and I can't say that about a lot of 2010s musicians, because like I don't
a lot
like
of them have the same synths and textures and everything.
Oh
so
yeah,
it
like
stands out.
everyone's trying to be like a Lord or a Billie Eilish or I'm the bad guy kind of thing, and that's not my vibe. The two artists that I've just found in the 2010s that really fit my vibe is Brendan at the Uri and Lizzo, and I'm just kind of like, hey, there is hope for the modern music genre. What a thunk! So when a 60s, 70s purist like myself is recommending a modern band, you know they must be at least somewhat decent. But I guess people who wouldn't like it is probably people that prefer like more rock and roll sounding music, or if you are an EDM person, like this is not your genre. I mean, there is some synths in there. There's a lot of brass band music in there. There's some guitar, but it's a very fusion thing. And if you like very distinct genres, like they are just what they are, you may not exactly like this album, but I really recommend people to give it a shot. I know everyone thinks Panic is the emo band that says, I chime in saying, how you people ever heard of? But they've evolved. So maybe you should too.
Ooh.
Anyways,
Like,
my next, yes.
I was just gonna say, like, even I'm kind of a hard rock and punk rock person, and it's just like even they sound good to me, and I'm like stuck in the '90s and early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do it, go listen. It's
Yeah,
good.
I think a good first song to get into is probably "Hey Look Ma, I Made It," because it's
Link
the one
down
that's
below.
not. It's the one that's not tainted by the trailer fodder that High Hopes has constantly got over the years. So you'll probably connect with it better because you don't have a bias against it. But yeah, my second media. Something aired yesterday that wasn't Steven Universe Future. Yeah, baby! So I did talk about the SpongeBob musical a bit last time, but they finally have aired the Broadway version live. And the Broadway version is different than the Chicago workshop version, which is the only one where we have like an album for. And they aired it live on Nick, live streamed it and everything, and it's probably the closest thing we'll ever get, because the Broadway show, even though it got critical acclaim and nominated for 12 Tonys, closed within a year because people are dumb. But like, yeah, it's so fucking good. I can't recommend it enough. I hope they put this on Netflix because it's a professional recording like what they did with like Shrek the musical and stuff. And I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a very topical musical. No, because besides the main story of them stopping a volcano from destroying the town, like a relatable thing, there's actually like allegories for racism in this. Because like all the townspeople are entranced by fear, and like Plankton uses fear-mongering tactics to get people to do what they want, and they turn to blame the one land mammal for all their problems, being go back where you came from.
Oh boy.
And then the other thing is that SpongeBob is that eternally optimistic person, but because of this situation, everyone is just looking out for themselves, being completely selfish and just saying the world is a terrible place. And SpongeBob kind of just points out, yeah, sometimes the world can suck, but that doesn't mean we have to be bad to each other. The only way that the world will get better is if we're kinder to each other. And I'm just like, this is a fucking message adults should listen to. And it's just it is just like, okay, if we're so upset that the world sucks, why aren't we trying to be better? And I'm just like, I feel like this message would be listened to more if it wasn't supposed to be that this thing is supposed to represent a sponge. But it's so good, and I'm just kind of like, I can actually say with confidence now, seeing the visuals of the musical, you don't have to have watched SpongeBob to actually enjoy this. And I know, and like, there's some in-jokes, obviously. Like, they use a dolphin noise to represent cursing because Plankton and Mr. Krabs have like a a cursing competition at the end of the musical, being like, "You fucking piece of shit," but it's censored by dolphin noises. Yeah, and like, they do some of the meme lines, like Patrick saying, "Is mayonnaise an instrument?" That kind of stuff. But it's like just quotes. It doesn't like feel out of place. Oh God, I love Gavin. But the sets are so fucking imaginative. Like there's stuff always happening and moving, and they use these projection. Like one of my favorite things is that the back has like projection lights, and to do like the little transitions where in a cartoon the scene would wipe to a different angle, you just have these little light things going whoosh, whoosh, to indicate that that's what it's supposed to happen in the cartoon. And then like they're constantly interacting with the orchestra maestro throwing things at them, and then like them throwing things onto the set. And then there's like a Foley artist in the side constantly doing the sound effects. Like when SpongeBob walks, he's doing the sound effects in real time to make his shoes squeak. And I'm just like, I don't want that job. That sounds like such pressure, because if you get something offbeat, people will notice. And there's like jellyfish and like things flying from the sky, set pieces moving. And I'm just like, there's so much effort put into this, and people will just still shit on it because it's SpongeBob. And actually, what we were talking about in the pre-show of people listening to fake facts as truth, but leading up to this, everyone was like, "This is a disgrace to Steven Hillenburg's memory to do this performance," even though Hillenburg had a hand in making this, and this was one of his last projects before he passed away. And it's just like, maybe you guys are the fuckers. But I recommend that whenever this gets put on Netflix or something, to honestly give it a chance, because holy shit, the actors have pipes for days. They are some of the best singers I've heard in a while. And it's so creative and imaginative and heartfelt. And I won't lie, a little bit of it got me teared up. It just like, because it's just like such a kind message. And it's so sad that people aren't going to listen to it because it's coming from this. And then like the personal thing is the voice actor of SpongeBob actually got to perform his own song in this musical as like one of the characters, like a pirate character. And it's just kind of, and seeing him dance with the Ethan Slater who plays the SpongeBob, I'm just like, oh, that's like such a nice tribute. It makes me feel warm fuzzies. So if you like warm fuzzies, watch this. If you're just a sad person that can't get past what the source material is, don't. I like that both of my I like that both of my recommendations are, if you like happiness, watch it. If you don't, well, there you go. SpongeBob killed the chat too, so that's great. But that's my medias.
Huzzah.
I'll get my theater troupe to watch it when it comes out on Netflix, because I'm sure they've already beaten me to it, but...
Oh yeah, I watched it live, so... But yeah, I'm assuming they're going to put it on Netflix since Nickelodeon has a deal with them, so... Mm-hmm. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah.
Your what?
Yeah, but if it was highly, you said it got streamed and everything, but they didn't put it up anywhere as a VOD?
No, I mean they're probably. I mean, it was just done yesterday. I feel like maybe they'll put up, because I tried finding someone who had like the stream VOD, and it didn't, and I couldn't find anything. Like I was going to try to find not the footage that was released on there. Because there's a lot better examples of their set designs. But it's just kind of like, I feel like it's just kind of a wait and see thing. I think they're maybe seeing how the ratings were and stuff. But given that it was fucking trending on Twitter, I feel like they know that there's an audience and they can put it up live. And I feel like it's going to be like the Shrek musical, where people slept on it because of the source material. Then it gets put on VOD and people are like, oh, this is pretty good. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, that's my media.
Last media. So as I gave a warning, it's yet another audiobook.
Audiobook time.
I know.
This looks like a book you would read.
Really?
You kind of have that. The Company of Death sounds like one of those edgy books you would read. You are secretly more of an edgelord than you let on, honey. What? I'm just saying that.
I beg to differ. Anyway, so one thing to say about this book up front, like how I got to know about it, is due to the author. Because people might know the author, Elisa Hansen, maybe a little bit more known as Maven of the Eventide, from former member of That Guy with the Glasses, which doesn't really mean anything because there are, except for Guru Larry, there are no other members anymore.
Guru Larry.
Right.
Well, isn't Brad still part of it?
Oh yeah, I believe he. I mean, I guess somebody could check the website who is actually officially still listed on That Guy with the Glasses. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, and she's also from Team Nostalgia Chick, so she might be a little bit known. She is
Pa's wife.
Oh, they're actually married.
They're married and have a kid.
Oh, then yes, Pa's wife, for example, among other things. But yeah, at some point she got into writing, apparently, and I don't know what to make of this book, because one thing that bothered me in the beginning and stayed true the entire time, and I have to go a little bit into the premise of it.
Go ahead.
It starts out very straight-played, unmystical zombie/vampire apocalypse. So, you have
what a setup.
I know. You have a zombie virus, you get bitten, you turn into a zombie within short time, but there are also vampires around who kind of keep the humans as livestock, but and protect them from the zombies, because the zombies are just brainless, blah, 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 flesh eaters. And so, starts out very I'm not sure, I wouldn't call it fantasy, because it's like zombie virus. It's kind of scientific. And the vampires, it's not really explained how the vampires work, but they bend a little bit the laws of physics and stuff, because by running quick and so on, bursting into flame when sunlight. But yeah, it seems overall a very unmagical world. The title is literal. The protagonist starts traveling with death. As
like the Grim Reaper?
Yes.
Ha!
And when you hear this concept, like, okay, zombie apocalypse might already give you a little bit of a hint, like, this doesn't sound like the usual setup for a comedy. And when you hear Death, the Grim Reaper, you might think Terry Pratchett, especially since his voice is kind of similarly described, like something overworldly, that it's not a comedy. I can't recall laughing a single time in this book. So we have a straight story starting in a zombie vampire apocalypse in which the protagonist travels with death. And it's like there's also like supernatural, like he's clearly a supernatural being, but to this point in time we had vampires, we had zombies, and the humans were just like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, surviving in the apocalypse. And then suddenly death is now the incarnation of death is now a thing, and it's like, like trying to wrap my head around it. What is the genre? I can't tell. It's
I guess macabre. Like,
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, I know that you're I feel like it's the concept itself is just morbid humor, even though but no, like, I'm not saying that. The concept can have a hubris all on its own without the contents of and the execution of the concept. In concept, someone traveling with the Grim Reaper as kind of is a humorous concept. It's a farcical concept. But that doesn't mean that a farcical concept is executed in an equally farcical way.
But yeah, then said, yeah, probably by choice of word is bad. Yes, vampires are supernatural and the zombies are kind of as well, but they are not this mystical, larger-than-life fantasy. I mean, yes, vampires usually come from fantasy, but there are often attempts to give them a more scientifically, more based in reality spin, which felt this way here too, but then we suddenly have Grim Reaper as a person who bends all laws of reality, like breaks them. Like, we have this guy who instantly is there to get people's soul and put them into the hereafter. It's like...
I mean, I guess the thing is that you can mix sci-fi elements, because if there is supernatural elements in the world of science would try to recreate them to have control over it. I mean, it's the whole concept of humans playing God.
Yeah, but that's not the thing. It's just like a world in which the Grim Reaper is an entity of nature who is around and reaps the souls whenever somebody dies. It's like, okay... and it's a completely new concept that only gets discovered within this book, but apparently has been around always. It's but yeah. And overall, it felt like very. It doesn't feel like a professional book in the sense like you have the more streamlined storytelling, because it has like this taking elements I like. I like zombies. I like vampires. I like personification of death. I like. Also sci-fi, because we also have a cyborg, or rather a android guy, whatever, the female one. Android gynoid. I lost.
What the fuck is a gynoid?
A female android. Androids are actually by definition male. But yeah, so
I don't know, a Johansson?
Yeah, but yeah, we have these elements all put together and scrammed together in a story. I don't want to, but it still is a cohesive story in its own way. The story itself is structured and moves forward, and even manages to have multiple story lines crossing over and stringing along, better than another certain post-apocalypse book, which I haven't kept near me to rant about it whenever I have the chance to. But yeah, fuck Year One. I still hate this book.
Wow, we got a middle finger from you. That must really get you nettled.
Because listening to this reminded me of Year One, and how this one is still miles better. But yeah, overall, I would probably ask people to, if what I have described about it now, is not completely upsetting, or maybe tingles your fancy or your curiosity a little bit, like maybe checking it out simply to let me know what you think of it, because it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I listened to it. I was with it throughout the entire story. You have a bunch of unique characters. It maybe it has this kind of first novel issue, that it's that the writing style is not, or the structure is not perfectionated yet, but I guess there's potential. Warning, however, as you can tell, it says book 1. I have no clue how many books she intends to write in the Immortal Journey book
series.
Damn it,
you're right about gynoid. Meh. And android can mean human-looking robots in general, but one with a female appearance can also be referred to as a gynoid. And I hated that when I clicked on the Wikipedia thing for gynoid, the other term you can call it is fembot. Fembot just sounds like someone's using it for nefarious purposes.
Austin Powers has ruined the word fembot. Or what?
Mm-hmm. Rick and Morty ruined the fembot with what Morty was doing. Yeah.
Oh, that episode. But yeah, that's my video, The Company of Death. I'm still like, once again, I would not unrecommend it. I wouldn't call it so bad it's good. It's interesting by what it does, and it's not done badly. So, make of this what you want. I will probably check out the second part, because now I want to know how it continues. So it got me hooked enough.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it's question time, the Q&A, and I thank people for not asking about YouTube Rewind in the goddamn Q&A.
I haven't even seen it. I haven't bothered with it.
I seen it. I liked it, and I think people who are getting mad about it are kind of being dumb. But I mean, that's my opinion of most things. So
I just heard everybody being like, yeah, it's like low production value, and it's
really not.
It's not.
Everyone's just like, oh, it looks like a Watch Mojo list. But the thing is, they do a lot of technical things that anyone who has true video editing knowledge are not easy to do in videos that you don't have the project files for.
Okay.
Like there's some things where they put text behind moving people with motion tracking that
is not, this is not completely, but what I mean is low effort compared to what they did in previous years, where they took like a few hundred YouTube contributors, flew them all into one place, recorded real life footage. But
for years they've been complaining that real life footage was cringy. So what do you want?
I mean, at least people enjoyed the cringe until last year. But yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it, so I should not talk too much about it. I just heard that it is like basically a top list. Okay, they did some nice editing in it, as I just learned. But it's still like top list compared to getting really people there and producing something original with it.
Maybe I am like one of those statistically minded gynoids, because I found it actually intriguing to see what is the most liked thing. Because like the thing is, Black Griffin actually got in the video because apparently one of his videos was one of the most liked videos of the year. And I honestly do think he wouldn't have been in YouTube Rewind otherwise. So, and hearing hearing different achievements, because apparently a lot of records got broken this year. Like the first Middle Eastern YouTube channel to hit over 10 million subscribers was actually a woman, which for the Middle East, let's just say societally, that is kind of amazing. So I don't know. I feel like maybe I just want to be positive and people don't. But yeah, do we have any Twitter questions?
Oh, I actually have Twitter questions.
Oh boy. People like you on Twitter, Spirit. Yes. They want to hear what you have to say.
Yes. Even so, Enigma Prince, what are you? How many questions has Enigma asked in Discord? Because he's also on Twitter. I see what you do there. You try to get...
That's breaking the rules, buddy.
I mean, they have been breaking the rules within Discord for weeks now. What was it about only 2 questions? Odie, Wolfhead? Anyways, okay.
Yeah, just those 2? Like, really?
From the multi.
They're the detention kids.
We'll send them to the ranch.
I mean,
to the ranch.
I mean, them asking more than 2 questions was a result of Enigma taking his no questions November. So, anyways, Fraser asks for everyone else. Why everyone else? Who is not allowed to answer? Anyways,
I guess, Spirit, no one wants to hear what you have to say. I lied.
What is your favorite Christmas food? Yes, we are still on the Christmas questions.
Okay, holly jolly.
But come on, food is a good question. Everybody
food is a good one. Everyone likes food.
Exactly.
I was going to make a crappy reindeer joke, so I'm not going to make it. I was going to be like, I was like, what about you, Spirit? You like some reindeer chow? And as soon as before the thought even came to my mouth, I was like, ooh, that tastes terrible.
I mean, reindeer love like oats, like oatmeal. Mm-hmm. So I could make a joke about that, but honestly, my heart goes out to Christmas cookies.
Cookies,
especially snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodies. That's such a cute way of saying it, but also disgusting.
I didn't mean to say it like that. My brain thought the word snickerdoodles, and it's just like, oh, too bad. I'm gonna have a stroke.
I need one of your little chibi draw hell characters to just hold a plate of cookies, being like snickerdoodies. But that's a good one. Anything with sugar is allowed on Christmas. Mine is that. Do drinks count as food?
Sure.
Yeah, because you can
eggnog. I never drank it as a child. My dad would drink cartons of it, but I was like, it has the word egg in the title, so I thought it was going to be gross and taste like scrambled eggs. Then I tried it like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, it's actually good. And I drank like 3 cartons in one day, and now I have to learn and that was the day I learned that I need to learn self-control, because that stuff's basically just glorified coffee creamer, and it's just so thick and that if you drink a lot of it, you're just going to be sleeping for the next 5 days. But also, I need to point out non-alcoholic eggnog. I know that there's 2 types of nog, but I don't know. It's really sweet, and I like it, and it's worth having eggs in it.
It's really good with nutmeg and marshmallows.
I've never put marshmallows in it, but I do like the nutmeg. But I guess my other favorite Christmas food is ham. Like a nice spiral ham that you have at Christmas dinner, which is the only type of ham I like, because usually ham tastes gross to me.
It's got a weird, like, especially deli ham is weird for me. I usually like Christmas ham, like the honey glazed stuff that's like baked in the oven that has that little like texture to it.
Yeah, a little bit of salt and a little bit of seasoning. Meanwhile, deli ham is just they took the pig and made sure that you don't die from it. What a great description. That you're not sure. It's either, especially crappy like grocery store ham. It's like, okay, there's a 50% chance this is actually meat, or the plastic on fruit roll-ups that they just dyed pink. I'll take my chances.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess mine is a similar route as spirits. Also, a type of cookie. I'm not sure what it's called in English. Vanillekipferl.
Oh.
Those look good.
Yeah, I like them.
I think my family calls them moon cookies.
Yeah, I mean the form kind of makes sense that it's called moon cookies. God, somebody's very generous with the powder on this one.
Ugh, that's too much powdered sugar for me.
Yeah, it is. Where are the? I'm looking like the ones that look like my mama makes them. Then again,
mama's boy.
Totally, when it comes to cookies. Then again, my oldest sister has kind of taken over the
cookie game.
The cookie game. Yeah, she's strong. Her cookie game is strong. My sister's. It's like my mom is like, I made a little bag of cookies for everybody in the family. My sister comes. My sister comes with like 6 metal boxes on top of each other, all filled to the brim. So yeah, put your own selection together, guys.
Reminds me of like that one scene from Ratatouille. It's just like we have the dinner rush, and all of the meals have to come out at the exact same time, and you cannot be mommy. Like mommy never had to deal with the dinner rush.
That's good.
But yeah, what do the people on the Discords ask?
The Discords ask. Let's see. Finding a good one that's not Wolf or Enigma or Odie. Let's okay, here's one. Ask Awkward, did you hear the news? Oh, a cease and desist from Hasbro asked this one.
Oh. Hi, Wolfhead, I guess?
Yeah, it's Wolfhead. Hashtag Ask Awkward. Did you hear the news? Bert and Ernie are totally a super duper gay couple. Fake news. What's
or is
one
it?
fiction?
Once again, coming back to the discussion from the pre-show.
What's the one fictional same-sex couple that you ship super hard?
Do they have to be canon?
I mean, since he brought Ernie and Bert as example,
they don't gotta be canon. I know the first thing that went to Max's head was probably Korosami. Was I right?
Korosami would have potentially be my real answer, but then I was also considering if I should bring up Katara Shira as a picture book abusive relationship. I mean, if Empress would be here, he would totally go with that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Ruby and Sapphire.
You stole mine.
Power couple.
You stole mine, you bastard.
Okay, can I come up with something
another man with taste. Or whatever that meme is.
Sokka Asami. No, Sokka Suki.
But Suki is a girl.
Yes. Oh wait, gay. It was us for. Oh damn it.
Same-sex couples, you dumbass. Wow, I mean, Sokka dressed up as a girl for one episode, and that doesn't make it count.
I forgot about the gay part. Okay, let me think again.
Casually turns over to the posters on his wall.
Looking for inspiration.
You fetishize lesbian couples all the time. You should have a more wider range.
That is true. I should have.
Okay, let me give you some time.
Asami with femme shepherd. Not Asami, what's their name? No, oh God, why do I...
The Tally?
No, not Tali. Tali. Does Tali swing for for female shepherd?
I know that people want her to.
All right, I'm allowed to ship anybody I want. Okay, I'm back at my my mental pervy man cave. You answer in the meantime.
If you want to take Ruby and Sapphire, I can change to Pearl and not Pearl, Lapis and Peridot.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm not making you go with that problematic ship. Lapis shouldn't be with anyone.
Oh.
No, she was an abusive bastard to Peridot.
It's true.
Peridot belongs with Amethyst. Amethyst made her a better person. But you're valid to your opinions, even if I don't agree with them. God. Because really the influx of canon gay relationships has only recently started to happen. I wouldn't say Marceline X Bubblegum because I kind of feel like that was kind of shoved in at the end. But, you know what? I'm gonna go with a fake couple, which is still, I guess, Steven Universe based. I really like the coupling of of Pearl and Pink Pearl. I think.
Wait, Pearl is Pink Pearl.
No. You watched Change Your Mind. White Diamond's Pearl was originally Pink's Pearl.
What?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You gotta look.
The one with the crack in her eye was originally Pink Diamond's. When everyone gets unleashed from White Diamond's power, she was completely pink.
Huh.
Even in Steven's dream flashbacks, it was pink. The pink pearl with the pearl in her navel was her pearl.
Huh.
God, do we need to rewatch Change Your Mind before we watch Steven Universe Future now?
Apparently.
Oh no. But no, I think that would be a good couple. I mean, they both had experience with Pink and loss and stuff, and I don't know. I feel like that would be a very good helping each other through something relationship. I don't know if it exists. I've been seeing a lot of fan art of it on Twitter, so I have a feeling something's gonna happen. So who knows? People can't hold back their goddamn spoilers. But yeah. So that's mine. What about you?
I still have to?
Yes, you still have to.
Korasami, whatever. Next question.
Yeah, I predict right. I know you so well.
Well,
that shouldn't be something I do a victory dance for.
Well, we take the victories we can get. So,
Indeed.
Back to Christmas questions on Twitter. We have one from Soundwave. I believe we already answered last week, so it's kind of for Spirit. What is your favorite Christmas movie, growing up and current? Because
we answered this one.
Yeah. I believe
it. You Spirit.
Yeah.
Growing up, I really liked Elf, just because it was silly and kind of fun. And currently, I really like Klaus. It's
Klaus
like one of my new favorites.
I believe Klaus was one of our answers, wasn't it?
Klaus was your answer, actually.
Competing with Arthur Christmas in the past.
Yeah, you were debating with Arthur Christmas. I said mine was All of the Other Reindeer.
Oh yeah, right. I remember that one. It was really just last week, wasn't it?
It really was just last week. It was our first December thing, so we got all the holly jolly questions.
Yeah. But yeah, back to Discord. This was a quick one.
Season the Wiccan asks, what are your thoughts on trends from the 1920s coming back in the 2020s? Basically the whole concept of trends coming through in increments, because we've had like the whole return of 90s and 80s aesthetic. We had like a return of funk music. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I don't know how. I already had a flapper bowl cut hairstyle for most of my life, so I'm not going back to that. But I wouldn't be opposed to the world looking like The Great Gatsby. But does that also imply that the year after that we're going to go back into the Great Depression? Because
no, thank you.
I don't know if I want another Mice and Men type universe.
I'm trying to figure out what is typical 1920s, which is allegedly coming back.
Look up the Roaring 20s, and that's usually like the fashion and everything. Fashion.
We're kind of like, we're in a generation that's very much what's old is new. So they're like bringing back old stuff and bringing it into current modern day stuff with updates.
Sounds like some hipster stuff to me.
I mean, like 90s and 80s stuff came back.
Did it?
So, yeah. Like a lot of fashion stuff that you see now of like people selling things are like the big blocky colors and stuff that was big in the 80s and 90s. People are wearing tracksuits again. Like in the terms of music, like people are bringing back like, I mean, fucking Informer Snow had a #1 hit this year. Anything is possible. So, fucking Leaky Boom Boom Bow was able to have a second hit in his life after 20 years.
I guess I literally cannot answer the question because I'm not aware of any of this happening.
You are under a rock. Do you not? But I mean, like, you heard things come back. You listen to Uptown Funk and everything. That is literally 70s and 80s funk music coming back into the mainstream. Oh, I'm fine with people in The Great Gatsby just as long as they don't act like it. Yeah, I don't need people shooting me when I go into my swimming pool or running over drunk women. I guess the only other thing is that I wouldn't want the 1920s. I wouldn't participate in it because one of the big things in the 1920s was like low hemlines on dresses and very boxy fashion, and I was like, I like form-fitting clothes. I like having a figure. Thank you very much. But let's see. But yeah, there's my answer. What about you, Spirit? Would you mind?
I think I'm just gonna look up like real quick, like 1920s aesthetic.
I tried this. It didn't help me.
Flapper dresses, big bands, like speakeasies. Am I just that boomer in personality that I know these things?
You remember them.
It's kind of weird because like we had like it was supposed to be like a masquerade ball at the end of the term, and I didn't go because it was too cold. But it was weird because everyone was wearing it, and it's just like it kind of fits in our current time frame. Like they obviously went through updates. Like it wasn't 1-to-1, but I think I would be down for it if we made updates. Like I'd want it to be, like you said, more form-fitting, because it's like I've got curves and I want to show them.
Exactly. But the thing is, I understand in the time period of why they were doing that, because it was a time where women were trying to get more equality. Like that, around that time was the suffrage movement. And it's the thing of putting on like heavy makeup and smoking and that kind of boxy fashion, showing off legs and stuff. It was a feminist statement. And I'm like, cool. But nowadays the feminist statement is to show off the body. So it's just the differences of culture. But I mean, I wouldn't mind it as the way of but nowadays it's not a statement, it's an aesthetic, it's a quirk. So it's just going to be like every other trend in that it's going to reverse. And I'm sure at some point loincloths will come back into fashion. Who knows?
When global warming eventually takes over and it's too hot to wear anything else.
Too hot? Goddamn.
No, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. The ozone is dying. But yeah, do we have any other Twitter questions?
Oh, we do. We sure do. J-Rock asks, for all three, what is your all-time favorite Christmas song?
Oh, that's not a bad one. We've never answered the song question. My answer is problematic. I really like Baby It's Cold Outside, and I know a lot of people really hate that. Look, here's the thing. It's, again, a time period song. And if people just accept it for a time period thing, if that's how the language was, the song is a lot better. The whole thing is that it was taboo to stay over someone's house that you weren't married to. She's playing coy and hard to get. How do people not understand that listening to the song? She's not getting drugged. She's saying, what's in this drink? Because it's a mixed cocktail. Oh my God, people are stupid and want to act like they're woke as hell, but they're not.
I just like it because there was one animatic on YouTube of, I think there was an Idina Menzel version of the song.
Oh yeah, with Michael Bublé.
And it's so good and it's so cute. Like the way that they animated the characters in it.
My favorite version is actually the roles are swapped, and it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Lady Gaga. I think they did it for like a live show with the Muppets, and it's so good.
I really can't stay. Baby, it's
cold outside. I really like it. I think it's so good. But I guess my other like non-problematic song would probably be another basic bitch choice of All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. That one's just nice. And it's also hilarious to hear people try to sing it.
I have positive associations with it thanks to Love Actually.
Yeah, exactly. But I like it. It's good. I mean, most Christmas songs to me are good. I've never heard a Christmas song I don't like. But it's like every Christmas song is inherently a bit cheesy, and I enjoy cheesy things.
What did we do now that Odie is playing the Always Sunny music?
I don't know. That he likes a problematic song. But yeah, that's my choice. And Spirit, do you have anything else besides Baby It's Cold Outside?
Okay, so this is going to sound really weird because it's got a different meaning for me, but the original version of Run, Rudolph, Run, because Rudolph used to be my nickname among people, like my friends. So it's become my, we've got an hour left to work on this, so let's go fast and get all of it done so you can take a break kind of song. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it if it makes sense.
No, it makes sense. Oh yeah, Wonderful Christmas Time. I didn't pick that one because my family refuses to play it because they hate that song with a vehement passion because they think it's too repetitive. And then I'm like, well, you like Kid Rock, so you have no say in what's a good song or not. But no, I put in the Skype chat what Odie made. That has the Always Sunny music.
You should feel bad. That
he is
kind
canceled.
of tone.
Yeah, really. But what about you, Scrooge?
I'm not entirely sure if I have like a favorite Christmas song, but I have a lot where I'm like going with this example. Let It Snow is one that I like.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, Wilson. That's the John Legend version, the woke version of Baby It's Cold Outside. God damn it. You know what? I should have just said the Marley and Marley song from the Muppets Christmas Carol, because that one is great too.
Marley.
Ooh. You know what? Just the entire soundtrack of the Muppets Christmas Carol.
I only know the German lyrics, so I have to improvise.
I'm thinking of the opening number of, where everyone's just commenting on how Scrooge is an asshole.
Oh, that's also a good one, yeah. But yeah, that's a good point,
Watching it as a kid, it's been so long.
Watch it again.
I had the VHS tape, and I would fast forward the Marley and Marley part because it was spooky.
But yeah, back to the twiddles. No, that's not true. To the dizzles.
The dizzle.
The dizzle. The dizzle.
Never say that again.
The dizzle?
You are not Snoop Dogg. You can't say that.
From the twizzle to the dizzle.
My nizzle.
Am I allowed to say okay, boomer? Because that was a boomer moment.
I'm
yeah.
not that old.
He's a millennial. He's a millennial. It's even worse. the millennials are just the boomers of the Zoomers, which is true, and that's scary.
Can I find this beautiful graph on Tumblr in time? But yeah, you go for the next
But
question.
no, here we go. From Cease and Desist. It's easy to play the blame game, but it's hard to take the blame for something that actually wasn't your fault. When's the last time someone tried to pin something on you that totally wasn't your doing? I feel like that's an easier question for people who have siblings.
I mean,
this guy literally has a server where people blame him for things. That's not fair.
I just wanted to say, so when was the last time I got blamed for something I didn't do? Let me check. December 6th at 6 a.m. German time. Guys, I haven't been blamed for anything in the last 2 days.
I mean, not on a public server.
That's true.
But
then again, I got blamed for at least 3 things on December 4th.
Oh, well, then, okay, that balances out. But no, I'm trying to think. I don't hang around people enough for them to blame me for things. And the people I do hang out with, they tell me to stop saying sorry for things. So I don't know. The person who blames myself for problems that aren't my fault is me. I'm that girl in the Who Broke the Coffee Maker short who's just taking the blame even though everyone knows she didn't do it.
Meanwhile, I was the one that punched it.
Also, I found the thing. So,
Gen X, Gen Z, actual boomer, actual millennial.
And then, in order to understand the joke, a graph about the generations from when to when they lasted.
Wait, can you, make it bigger?
I don't know. I can put the link to the thing in the description down below. So
Right, just click open image in new tab and then zoom in.
Open image in new tab. Flop. Oh, that's not helping.
I like that they make Gen Z 2 things, but that's not the timeline I've seen. There's a lot of argument on whether millennial ends in 98 or 96. I count myself more as a millennial because I think everyone has heard my stories from this podcast. I lived off hand-me-downs from my millennial cousins, so I was raised millennial.
Yeah, but I'm also there. Even if it varies a little bit by a few years in one direction or the other, I'm still an older millennial versus a younger millennial.
You're almost smack dab in the middle of the millennial thing. So, in the cusp between old and young.
But I love this, how the memes all meet.
Yeah, I just like the actual millennial thing with the chair, the motion blur. Oh God, we need a question about the memes of this decade because God, isn't that an evolution? But
oh no, I moved. It doesn't matter. All's good. You guys continue.
But yeah, Spirit, were you the person to pin blames on others, or were you the pinned?
Well, I got a younger brother, so that should say one thing.
Oh.
And no, I wasn't the one that pointed towards him. But actually, what was really interesting was we kind of had a joke yesterday. So I was doing D&D with Tricky and Gray yesterday. Mm-hmm. And Gray set the boat on fire while we were still on it.
Why?
Because we were in the middle of basically a boss battle. And he ended up using, I think he used Scorching Ray or something like that.
Oh, okay. So he did it on accident.
Yeah, and basically...
I just envisioned him to literally just set the boat on fire.
Well, he set it on fire while we were in the middle of the boss battle, trying to save our friends. Our allies were in the brig, and we were in the middle of the boss battle, and then the boat's on fire, so now we have a time limit. And then we just get to the end of it, and we finally get to shore, and it's just when everyone asks about it afterwards, because Safi and Common were away for the session, and so they're like, "Okay, who set the boat on fire?" Point to Gray, just in that classic sibling way.
Nice.
My favorite something getting pinned on me was from good old Papa Frame. He set a teapot on fire. Now I wonder, now you people are probably asking, Chrissy, how does someone set a metal teapot on fire? I don't know, but my dad somehow did, because I walked out into the kitchen and the entire teapot was just in flames. And I turned it off and it became like a charred remain. Keep in mind, this thing was bright blue when we bought it and it looked like stone cold black. And my mom smelt the soot and she walked out. She was like, what the fuck happened? And my dad, without a single beat, was like, Chrissy tried to make tea.
Oh.
I came out to turn off your goddamn mess. My mom didn't believe him.
Okay.
Because she was like, Chrissy doesn't leave her room, Steven. Harsh but true. And
the benefits of being a shut-in, a permanent alibi.
But I just love the fact that my dad just threw the blame on me, and he accepted the blame as soon as my mom said it. So I'm just like, was that his version of a joke? Like, what would have happened if she believed him? I need to see the alternate timeline of this scenario.
See, I think it would have been more believable, like, if it was a child like, if it was one of those electric ones, and you put it on the stove. Like, you've seen people do that where it'll melt on the stove.
What you do not know is he already tried the same trick a decade earlier when you were still a toddler.
Yeah, I need to give the foresight of, I was 15 when this happened. So I don't know how he was going to pin the blame of this on a 15-year-old who knows how to use a fucking stove.
I mean, he was an adult who allegedly should have known how to use a stove, so...
My dad was asleep when this happened, so he was also a narcoleptic. So I think a teenager is more adept at using a stove than a narcoleptic 50-year-old. I don't know. Research has yet to be proven. But yeah, good question. Do we have any other twiddles, or are we on Discord forever?
Well,
now?
the question. I mean, let me answer your question about questions with a counter question. Has Enigma posted anything in Discord that should get him in? Because I have a Twitter question from Enigma.
The thing is that it's kind of a question we've answered before.
The Twitter one?
No, the Discord one.
Okay, so let's go with the Twitter one then. Enigma Royal Prince asks, what is the best way to express disappointment or dissatisfaction to someone without coming off as an asshole or jaded? Why do I have the feeling that this is an actual current question he has because he's pissed with somebody and wants to have some free advice how to handle the situation?
Or he's pissed at us and he wants to figure out how to write a comment.
Without coming
I express it through drawing angry memes of little chibi hell people. That's how I deal with my anger, is I don't tell anyone.
I mean, the thing is that my real answer would be just talk to them truthfully about it, because there is no way to go about that kind of emotion without coming off as passive aggressive at best. You just need to, it is more of a genuine and kind act to just be truthful of being like, hey, I think you're better than what you just did or the decisions that you're making. Because that at least shows that you care enough about that person to talk to them about it. To me, being like a passive aggressive thing is just like, I don't know, I feel like that diminishes the point. So my truthful answer is just be honest.
I guess maybe because this was a truthful and good answer, to maybe add to it, to specifically try to avoid the asshole or jaded part. Try intentionally to initiate the entire conversation in a very positive light, like coming out, hey, I think, I think good of you and you are a great guy, but hey, this thing really just disappointed me. I don't know. I guess if you start with this kind of positive setup, you are less likely to go down into a way you are like, fucker, what did you do?
I mean, it's just kind of like, hey, I like you, which is why I need to point out that I think that you're better than this, you know? I mean, believe it or not, I've had people do that to me. And I've done that to other people. It's a very healthy thing to do in any relationship, is to have that communication. If you just stick it with passive aggressive things of, it's fine, I guess, you control your own life, like that's just going to strain that, because there's no honesty there.
You got to be upfront, because they may not be aware of what they're actually doing.
Also,
yeah, a lot of actions come from ignorance.
But that was what I had to offer from Twitter. Now it's all yours, Keyframe. Get us home.
Yeah, to give the audience things, the question that that he was going to ask on Discord was, what are things that make you find hope and joy despite the world being awful? But I kind of wanted
alcohol, drugs, sex, rock and roll. What else is bad? Binge watching Netflix.
Staying up late at night.
Also good.
Working on.
Okay.
Did she freeze?
Yeah, but she froze completely. Okay,
Wow.
I guess this is kind of an implied answer to the question, like, what do you do to avoid what was the actual question? Like, what was the wording again? Going back to the awkward, it was by Enigma. Enigma, where are you? Where are you? There he is. So, even then, what are some of the things that you do that you find hope and joy in despite things? Yeah, freezing apparently.
I mean, I draw memes because that brings me joy. Like, I literally, the other night, I'll just drop it in the chat. We were just memeing, and their mom was using the blender in the background, so we designed a D&D boss.
Okay, wait, this needs to be shared with the world. Flop!
All hail the blender god.
Damn it, it's slightly cut off on top. No! But yeah, it's a very aggressive blender, I like it. But yeah, I actually have a message from Keyframe. So, my computer blue screen, for fuck's sake, can I just catch a break? Hopefully. So I guess she will join us momentarily again, whenever she's ready. But yeah, what would be... Yeah, your answer is actually drawing memes. What is my answers, my serious one, besides all the falling apart and depression? What are some of the things you find hope or joy in despite possible going to a Fallout plot? I mean, first of all, the perspective of going into Fallout doesn't sound too bad. I mean, if I'm getting lucky and turn into a ghoul, I might lose a little bit of my complexion, but I'm also living a lot longer and have more time to play games, I guess, or travel the world, collect bottle caps, the good stuff. But no, for reals. Stuff I find joy in.
We should start a ghoul guild. We'll all become ghouls, and then we'll join forces.
Yes. No, but it's like usual, like, wholesome stuff.
What the fuck is in our chat right now?
What is in our chat?
Is that like a blender with 3 arms? That looks like a goddamn Aqua Teen character. What is that?
Just talking about it. It was a meme that I was drawing in the stream the other day.
Yeah, it was Spirit's answer to Enigma's question. Memes. Memes are her answer to what brings her joy in life.
Well, okay, this is what brings joy in my life in the chat of what I print screened. That's my desktop background. Stop fucking crying. Stop. I'm sorry. Even if you don't like that dog, that's a great background for a computer.
It's true.
Stop. I like the green stop. There, Enigma, you got your answer. Your answered question.
Yes. And from my end, it's actually like I already gave my jokey answer. My serious answer would be something like, spending time with people that feels good and fills you with joy. Not and to kind of come back to her media, like, with not giving a fuck. Don't letting stupid stuff drag you down. Like, this is also, something actually that me, not thanks to the book, but over the last decade or so, I developed the ability to not giving a fuck about a lot of things that are actually either outside of my reach or not meaningful. And ever since I overcame that, I'm just in general more, I enjoy life, or my default life enjoyment is quite a bit higher than it used to be when I was stressing about a lot of nonsense.
Good for you.
I know, which brings us back to the earlier discussion, like some people who have real stuff in their life going on.
I mean that genuinely, though. I
Yeah.
am happy that you have that. I mean, it's not like I want the people I care about to be miserable. So, hooray!
Away.
I'm just kind of having an asshole tone in my voice because I'm still mad about my computer blue screening.
Yep.
Better me than you, though.
At least the stream didn't fall for once. But
Yeah.
more
I think
queveling,
we're-
zechtling.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah, but I think it's time for our favorite part of the show. Because we don't need another going till 2 p.m. show like we have
that
Fighter.
is true. So you mean the fuck, marry, kill, Rudolph, Blitzer, and Dancer?
No, the other one.
Ah, okay.
Okay. A cease and desist from Hasbro says, "Ask Awkward. 'Tis the season to get awkward. Fuck, marry, kill. Here are the ones. Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, and Ebenezer Scrooge. Happy holidays."
The fun thing
Okay,
is,
man.
okay, to go back, because his original post, like,
It's gonna be the reindeer. I know.
Now watching my fuck, marry, kill, yeah, because we were making like reindeer jokes. I wonder why. And he was like, "Hey, my reindeer, now watch my fuck, marry, kill being something dumb like, hey, FMK, Rudolph, Blitzen, and Dancer." And I was about to write a reply where I was about to suggest, like, yeah, maybe don't go for 3 reindeers, go for Rudolph and then like Santa Claus or Frosty. But I was like, nope, I'm not going to give people their answers. And he took the right answers anyway, so good on him.
Yeah, so
Great
we got
minds.
Santa, Frosty, and Ebenezer.
Exactly.
Such great choices. Spirit, you're our guest, our lovely reindeer person. Oh, how are you gonna get holly and jolly?
So let's see. It was Santa, Frosty, and Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes.
Yep.
Fuck, marry, and kill.
Well, I definitely marry Santa because that means infinite presents and living in a toy factory for the rest of my days.
God damn it, she took my gold digger answer.
I mean, come on, there's another gold digger answer on the...
Probably kill Ebenezer Scrooge. I could be the one that shows him his future. I'll be the angel of death for him. And I guess that leaves. Oh boy, I'm going to have a very cold night.
Yes. Ooh.
That's a very. Would it be an icicle or would it be a carrot?
I hope
Probably a carrot.
Hopefully. I mean,
Hopefully.
for your own comfort. I mean, I bring different equipment to the entire question, but I can imagine this being very uncomfortable on the female end.
Ugh, I don't know.
We're gonna answer that question next time.
You're going to try it? No.
No.
Field research. No, I just love the I just like the idea of you being the angel of death, but you would be in your fursuit instead of the cloak. So
Yes.
just pointing to his grave while in your suit.
I mean, the entire thing about this death entity in the Christmas Carol is that it is absolutely horrendous and freaks people out in his gruesome attire. And some people have this reaction to furry, so... It kind of says more about even... Oh my god, what is this?
This image points to grave.
What?
Oh, it's perfect.
Stop sending stuff on Twitter. I cannot properly full screen it.
Oh, that's lovely. That's perfect.
It's the title card.
I just noticed those are eyes and not your teeth. Ah! Oh, that made it worse. But what about you, Max? How would you handle these entities?
Let's see. Fuck, marry, and kill. So we only had one answer so far, right? Yes. Spirit was going for the well, the cold caverns. I don't know.
No, her cavern would become cold, not the other one.
Exactly. That was.
I like the little squirm she did, just like, oh.
I'm sitting in like a really old chair and it doesn't stay in position at all.
I know, it just sounded like you. It just seemed like you were like, oh no.
Just like, oh no.
You know, the thing is, I don't want to expose myself to that. So, and he's going to die soon, anyways, in the spring. So I will just give Frosty the mercy kill before he has to melt. So it's mercy kill, and I mean, I could save probably a lot of money on the refrigerator if I just would him live the rest of the year in the fridge. But first of all, which would bring us back to my slaveholder mentality. So no, I kill him instead because I'm just such a nice guy.
It's such an easy way to kill him. You just take off the hat.
No. I'm not familiar enough with this.
Oh, the hat gives him life. You take it off, he dies.
Okay.
Then you get a lovely hat to wear.
Also true.
Yeah.
That's magic.
Yeah, so it's
Maybe you'll gain a soul if you wear it.
It's also a very clean murder, so one more reason to do it. While the other ones are both made of flesh and or candy. I'm not sure if we are sure what's
you
running.
You think Santa's made out of candy?
Potentially. I mean, I've seen what the
I didn't hear about that in Klaus.
The Halloween monster in Gravity Falls is made out of candy, so who knows? Maybe Santa is a wholesome version of it. Anyways, so I still have to either bone the jolly fat guy or the old stinky greaser. Damn it, I got myself in a bad situation. Can I still keep Frosty for marriage? Damn it.
No takesies backsies.
Yeah, I guess I will then see how jolly Santa truly is. So and take him for a sleigh ride.
Hey, you know he has a lot of toys, so at least that'll be
true.
He also has so many elves, so who knows? Maybe.
Anyways,
Santa's adult selection.
But yeah.
What, do you not think that there's not like elf orgies going on the other 364 days a year?
No, they're working the other 364 days a year, and then they just chillax on actual Christmas.
That's when the orgy happens.
Yeah, that's when the elf orgy happens.
It's still happening. It's unavoidable. All the Christmas elves have orgies. You're welcome.
It's like the Purge, just the splooge.
AWKWARDCast, ruining childhood since 2017. When did we start the show? We are in season 3 right now. Because, season 4 will have a logo with the letter 4. Wow. I don't know.
How did you do that?
I have no idea.
The letter 4 sounds like the letter 4?
Yes. So my answer. So as I was saying, so I hump Santa's sack full of presents.
And you're going to marry Scrooge.
Apparently I'm going to marry Scrooge because at the end of the day he becomes a very nice and generous guy. He brings a big pooter and crippled children around him get through him magically healed. He is basically Jesus.
And then when he dies, because he'll die very soon, you'll get his inheritance.
Yeah, sure. I take it. Key, what is your answer now that both the Gold Digger answers have been taken? Do you find a way to keep Frosty around?
I have one.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm gonna fuck Scrooge.
Oh, that's
well, I mean, I'm into older guys anyways, so... And look, man, I am just saying this. As we've seen in all the movies, when they go to the Ghost of Christmas Past, fucking Scrooge was like a party guy, you know, and he had fun. So who knows? Maybe I'll give him the Christmas spirit again.
Oh, you're
Maybe if you get young Scrooge before he gets all old and gross.
You know what? I'll become the ghost of Christmas past.
to bang him when he was still a cool dude.
Yeah, but I mean, like, either way, like Scrooge. And then I'm gonna kill Santa Claus.
Oh boy, here we go. What?
Say that in a Stewie voice. You gotta say it in a Stewie voice.
Or in a
I'm
Tim
going to kill Santa Claus, Brian.
or in a Tim Allen voice.
I don't know. No. Santa Claus 2 and 3 killed Santa Claus again.
I haven't
no.
dabbed in a while. I'm growing up. Disturbing.
But no. I'm gonna kill Santa because you know what? He is a slave driver, and also maybe there's a deeper meaning in it. Maybe if we just didn't have a Santa, people would just realize, hey, maybe instead of being good for a monetary or gain of an object, we should just be good for the sake of being good. Treat every day like Christmas. Or, you know, maybe we could just get people to believe in that stupid Christ child tradition that you guys have where the fetus of Jesus comes in to give presents.
It's kind of weird, I know.
I love that story. I love the fact that you people put the children in the kitchen during it, too.
Having to explain it to Bart a year ago or 2 years ago and having to explain this German tradition because we do not have Santa Claus. It was so weird, but we still have like your answer. I cannot say that it was awkward to explain it because you still have to explain how your marriage with Frosty goes.
Well, okay,
Not to mention, do you want to hint to? You might also want to hint on next week's guest.
Yes, I will. I mean, I'm not going to be a snob about who I marry.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? You did fuck Santa. You got his laugh from him. You made him go ho 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 because he made you his ho ho ho. No,
I say so.
Dad jokes provided by Keyframe.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah,
A
but
very
no.
crude t-shirt.
But I guess the message came through if I read Odie correct.
Yes, but no, I would marry Frosty not because he would be rich, for he is nothing but a snowman. Not for the joy he brings to children, for we have the movie Jack Frost, and that movie is terrifying. And I don't want to be married to Michael Keaton. But I feel like there. Oh no, I do like Michael Keaton. I just would rather be his friend than marry. Because I feel like he would just talk about, I used to be Batman, you know. But I would marry him for the sake of convenience on my end to prevent annoyance. For if we ever get into an argument, if he ever says something that annoys me, if I just want some me time, all I have to do is remove his hat and he doesn't, and he's not alive. And then when I feel like, you know what, I want some company, I just pop the hat back on again. And he doesn't remember anything because he's just kind of like, happy birthday.
The
so
perfect
obviously he does
spouse.
The
perfect spouse. It comes with an off switch.
Spirit took my gold digger answer. You weren't providing the slave driver answer. I had to fill the quota.
It's true. But yeah, you know what Jack Frost also reminds me of in a marriage setting? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure there was a porn movie of it, and who do you think might have reviewed it?
The cinema snob.
Oh boy! Too bad. Wouldn't it be great as a final episode of the year to have him on the show?
I feel like Spirit got like 10 more exhausted bags under her eyes during this entire cast. Like,
I turned on a lamp and it made it worse.
Oh no, the truth is revealed. But yes, I have to say, this announcement of our final guest of the year, Mr. Brad Jones, we could have done it in an organic way or just an out there, happy way, but it's this cast. Exactly. We had to be awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random crap. It's time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. Artwork and analysis, which you do not